Hey beautiful people, Brother Dan here, running on the beach. I want to talk to you about self-love, loving yourself completely, loving yourself. One of the most important lessons I've ever learned, and probably this might be the most important thing to do in this life. Love yourself more and more and more, and build up that self-love. Because the more you love yourself, the more of a beautiful experience you're going to have on your outer experience of your life. You'll have more friends, more loving situations, more smiley faces, more beautiful things happening to you. Loving yourself completely. And the reason why this came up today was because let me just say, a person that I know, a loved one, they got in touch with me. And they're going through some stuff. And see that White House behind me? See it? Yep, that's my future home to be. My future domain. We all have dreams. So this person got in touch with me. The ocean's right there. This person got in touch with me, and they're going through some stuff. And as the conversation weaved around, and tears were shed by the person, and unfolding discovery of patterns of self-sabotage, patterns of limited negative, or let me say negative self-worth, patterns of really self-abuse. And without getting into all that, what happened was, through the conversation, I realized it all came down to one thing: loving yourself. The issues in the person's life, the negative patterns of behavior, all this stuff going on inside and outside was all about self-love. And there's an exercise that I went through a couple years ago, and this helped me. Because one of my friends said, there's a 2-minute exercise that can help transform your life. So I'm going to ask you right now, do you have 2 minutes that you could spend to transform your life? And it would be something that helps catapult you into a better life, a better experience, something more like paradise, more like heaven on earth. Is it worth 2 minutes? Deuces, is it worth it? I felt you nodding. I felt your heart beating a little faster, like, yeah, it's worth it. So I'm gonna go with this. So I encourage you to do this exercise and then comment on the video below. Let me know how it works for you. So the exercise is this: go to a mirror, look in the mirror, look yourself in the eyes. I'm talking close, like, woo, close. All right? Look right into your own eyes and say to yourself, I love you. I love you. I love you. And I'm looking at my own reflection in the camera right now. I love you. I'm pointing at myself. Feels good. Feels good. But what happened for me and what will happen for you, I would guess what's going to happen is any layers that you might have inside of you of limiting beliefs about self-worth, ideas that you're not good enough, you can't do it, I'm not handsome enough, beautiful enough, I'm ugly, any of that crap, a lot of it's going to come to the surface. A lot of it will come to the surface. And the beautiful thing about having that come to the surface is it takes stuff that was going on inside of you and brings light to it, because you're shining your own love on your own consciousness, on your own being, on your own self. You're saying, I love you. You're sending love from your heart into the entire universe by saying, I love you to yourself. You're saying, I love you. You're spraying love everywhere. You are. But it's shining so much love and light into your own consciousness that it's shaken free, shaken loose. The ocean. The ocean's the source. It shakes loose some of that negativity. It'll shake things loose, and it'll give you your freedom, because when you loosen those things that you don't even know are there, and you shine more and more light and love onto them, your life will transform. Now, what happened when I first did this exercise, I did the exercise and I saw my buddy a few days later, and he said, "Hey man, did you do the exercise?" I said, "Yeah, I did. It was pretty cool." And he said, "Did you do it for 2 minutes?" And I thought about it, and I really had done it for about 15 seconds. I did it for about 15 seconds. And he said, "Dude, you got to do it for 2 minutes." And it might even feel a little uncomfortable doing it that long, but let me not put that on it. Maybe it'll feel warm and wonderful, and you can just build up that energy of self-love. I love myself, I love myself. But go through any of the negative belief system that you might have been programmed with about loving yourself. Push through that. Go through it for the full 2 minutes. I love you. I love you. Then smile. I love you. Look in your own eyes. I love you. I love you. I love you so much. And you'll see beauty in yourself. Because let me just say, you are a small, that's wrong. Let me say this. As being what is perceived as a small piece of God in a human body, you are all of God in a human body. You have all of God's love, all of God's power, all of God's joy, all of it inside of you at all times. All of God's love. All of God's love. Your perception might be, I'm a human being. I'm limited. I'm small. I'm not good enough. That's perception. The truth is, you are the entirety of God's love. All the love in the universe starts from the core of your being and extends out. It does. You're the center of your universe. Everything that you ever do, you are right there in the middle of it. All of the love that God has for you, it's right inside of you at all times. So you expressing it to yourself for 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 little baby minutes in all of eternity for life transformation. Can you handle the 2 minutes? I know you can. And I'm excited for you as you make your life more and more like paradise, more and more like heaven on earth, more and more spectacular and beautiful for what you want your life to look like. A mandatory requirement of that life is self-love. Mandatory. Loving yourself, loving yourself, loving yourself, and then moving yourself into loving oneself completely, unconditionally, in the same way that the creator of the universe loves us. Unconditional love for ourselves takes practice. Unconditional love for others takes practice. Unconditional love for all of creation takes practice. Or does it? Maybe it's our natural state of being that we just gotta relearn our truth. Yep, actually that's it. Love is our natural state of being. But we might have to relearn some truths because the world taught us different things. But I'm here to teach you some truth, to give you some power. Love yourself, love yourself, love yourself completely. And then feel it in a way that feels good, like, oh, I just love myself so much. I love this world so much. I love God so much. I love the universe so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And build yourself up into that joy, that joy, that joy, and that joy. So thank you for loving yourself. Thank you for watching this video. And I hope that you might have noticed that I smiled a whole lot more in this video, because I realized in my last several videos I've been on the beach, and sometimes when I squint because it's sunny, I'm not smiling. I look like I'm not that happy, but I'm always really happy. So I wanted to make sure that I smiled, and I smiled for you, and I smiled for the universe, and I smiled for myself. So I love you. God bless you. 2 minutes. This is your own 2-minute drill. 2 minutes for transformation. After your 2 minutes, see how you feel. Comment on this video, share it if you love it, and guess what? You're beautiful. I love you. God bless you. Happy Thanksgiving. See you in the next video. Heaven on earth.